Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about the return of Dimensional Rifts to Marvel Contest of Champions, and they are coming back tomorrow at 6 PM UK time or 10 AM PST. It's going to be like roughly just over 24 hours from when this video goes live. Just as a point of reference. So yeah, really excited about the return of Dimensional Rifts, but in the first round of Dimensional Rifts, because we've only ever had them once before, a lot of people made like a huge mistake at the start, which cost them like an additional like Master Mode or Heroic Rift, and the rewards for the Master and Heroic Rifts are absolutely insane. If you're fairly new to Dimensional Rifts, some of the rewards from doing the Master one include like a fully formed 5-star champion, a big stack of 5-star shards, a fully formed 4-star, 4-star and 5-star awakening gems, tier 2 alpha catalyst, and tons of tier 4 class and basic catalysts, plus 500 5-star shards whenever you complete that rift. So the rewards are quite high, and as you go up through the tiers, there's also some pretty good stuff in the lower tiers, but it's really all about the Master Mode rifts for a lot of the endgame players. Now, the biggest tip, and thing you need to bear in mind, guys, so you don't screw yourself over, especially on this event, is do not buy the Dimensional Crystals. If you do, you're really going to be gimping your rewards with this event, because buying the Dimensional Crystals instead of doing a rift, it's going to basically mean that you're not going to be able to do a second round of rifts in this event. And also, it's going to mean that you get, like, less rewards for your shards. So the only time I believe it's acceptable is to buy a Dimensional Crystal is the final day of the event when you're 100% sure that you have no chance of completing a Heroic or Master Rifts. If they're out of your difficulty by the final day of the event, which is the 28th of February, then you can go ahead and buy the Crystals. But until then, like, Heroic is pretty easy to do, providing you've got a good grasp on evading and parrying. Master, I get, is a little bit challenging, but providing you can evade and parry well, like you can even do it with 3-star champions, it really isn't that difficult. So that's kind of my piece of advice, is do not buy the Dimensional Crystals. Unless you're on the final day of the event and you're 100% sure after watching some gameplay videos that you do not have the capacity to do the Heroic or Master Rifts. And kind of as a general rule of guideline for difficulty, if you can do like you know, an initial clear in like Heroic and an initial clear in Master Mode, then you can probably quite easily do the Heroic and also Master Rift. So kind of use the event, the Dawn of Darkness event, just as a little bit of a guideline there, and that's probably the best piece of advice I can give you for that. Now let's talk about the amount of rifts that you can get and kind of maximizing that. So via doing all of the events on 100%, you're going to get 10,000 of every shard, and 10,000 is the amount you need to open up a Dimensional Rift, and you can open it up under the Events tab once it becomes available. So Beginner, again, is going to give you 10,000 Beginner shards, Normal, 10,000 Normal shards, etc. But when completing a Beginner Rift, you're also going to get the additional reward of 5,000 Normal shards. From the Normal one, you're going to get 5,000 Heroic shards, and for the Heroic one, you're going to get 5,000 Master shards, and for doing the Master, because it's top of their totem pole, you get 500 5-star shards. So that kind of gives you not only like one of each rift for doing 100% of every event, but it also gives you like half of every other Dimensional Rift. And with the login calendar, provided you've logged in every day of the month, for 28 days on the 7-day calendar, then you're going to be able to get to do 2 of every rift. So it's going to give you 10,000 beginner shards, and when you do another beginner rift, you're going to have 5,000 normal shards, which you can combine with the 5,000 from the event to unlock a heroic one, and then it just chains up like that basically. Once you do the normal one, then yeah, you can unlock a heroic one, another master one. So provided you do all the events and you've logged in every day, just by playing the game, you can get 2 of every rift, which is pretty good because the Master Rifts like have absolutely insane rewards. Like there isn't really like a super bad reward in them. Like the worst reward you can get is a fully formed tier 4 basic. So the fact that you get to do 2 of those just by playing these events, which you probably already play, is really decent. However, there is a third way that's come in to get some more Dimensional Rifts, and that's via this new kind of daily deals offer. So basically, the daily deals are purchased via the top hand right side, and I'll just quickly show you where they are if you're unfamiliar with them, and we'll talk a little bit about the value of this offer. So every daily special has now come with a bundle of tier 1 Dimensional Crystal shards. Monday to Saturday contains 5,000 tier 1 dimensional shards, and the Sunday one contains 10,000. So in the space of a week, it's 40,000 if you buy every offer. Now, I think if you're going to go for the daily deal offer, you need to like go all 14 days, because if you do, then you're going to get 8,000 beginner shards, which translates into 8 beginner rifts, which translates into 4 normal rifts, 2 heroic rifts, and 1 master rift. And really, if you're going to be like chucking money down on this offer, you want the Master Rift, or if you're a newer player, maybe the Master Mode Crystal. But ideally, if you can, you really do want to do the Master Mode Rift, because the Master Mode Crystal has a chance to give you some rewards that aren't really like that desirable, or, you know, as good as some of the crazy stuff in the Rift. So yeah, if you're going to go for this deal, the total of it is just under $70 or £70 now in the UK. It's exactly the same. It's quite a huge gamble, because it all depends on what you get in those heroic and master rifts. But I think it's a fairly decent gamble, and a lot of the big old blubbery whales are definitely going to be going for this offer. So I think it's relatively decent value for money, in my opinion, because you get, you know, the 2 heroic rifts, 1 master rift, plus you get all the stuff for the daily deals. So that's 12 class hero crystals, which kind of have similar drop rates to the 150 unit featured crystals. You get 700 4-star shards. You get 12,000 tier 4 class catalyst fragments. You get 2 tier 3 class catalyst crystals, 6 tier 3 basics, 4 times tier 4 class catalyst fragment crystals, and 2 times tier 3 class catalyst crystals. A lot of the stuff toward the bottom, again, is relatively worthless for a lot of endgame players, but it might be useful in a couple of scenarios. But I think it's a big gamble. It's a big gamble. I think at the very like worst case scenario, you're probably just about going to get your money's worth. But in the best case scenario, you could like straight up pull a 5-star champion or get a 5-star awakening gem. And we kind of know from the most recent offers that the value of those just to buy outright is about $300. So I imagine like quite a lot of the whales and the big spenders in the game will definitely be scooping this up. So it's good for, you know, putting some more money in the old development pockets. But I think for the average player, it's a really risky gamble. It's a really expensive, risky gamble. Also, if you miss out on a single day, there doesn't seem any way to recoup the shards. It is from today till the 28th of February, so you have to be on. You have to be buying that deal every day. If you forget about it one day, then yeah, you're gonna have like a really bad time. So yeah, I'd have a little bit of a think about that one. Personally, I think, you know, if you've got the money and you want like a really big gamble that could pay off really well, then I think it's worth it. But again, it's very subjective to opinion and stuff. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it for all the stuff you need to know about dimensional rifts and their return. I think there's some other couple of stuff just worth mentioning. So the rewards for the dimensional rifts, just to recap, stay exactly the same as before. So this little infographic and screenshot from Marvel Contest of Champions Tricos that we have in this little spreadsheet breakdown, that is entirely accurate because they're staying the same. The also thing is we got a confirmation from Kabam Mike here that, you know, no additional shards are returning to any of like the solo events or the alliance events, so it seems like at the moment, unless they decide to add anything in, that the only way you can get it is via the event quest and also logging in on a daily basis. But also, I wouldn't like worry too much about, you know, if you do miss one day from the login calendar, now you do have the option to just like buy one of the deals and you can be like at 10,000 beginner shards. So, you know, if you have missed a single day, you can like recap that for like $5. But, you know, ideally, guys, if you're an MCOC addict, you're logging in like every day. But it's not the end of the world. You know, if you want an additional Master Mode Rift and you've missed a day, then that $5 deal might be worth it. Might be pretty good for you. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Dimensional Rifts 2.0 from what we can see at the moment. I really hope that there's like an additional offer added, so that you can like spend units and get dimensional rift shards. That would be absolutely amazing, because they had that in the first tier of dimensional rifts, and it was like a really decent offer. So I'm a little bit, I totally get why they've added one that's like purely cash, because I know so many people at endgame are like just gonna spend that. But personally, you know, I just want to see a unit offer. Like, I've got tons of crystals to open, tons of units to burn. Well, actually not tons now, I've got like 1,000, but that should be enough if it comes back. We'll see. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like, and remember, tell everybody, do not buy, pre-warn them if you got some new people in your alliance to not buy the dimensional crystals, and wait until the final day to judge up whether or not they can do the heroic and master mode rifts if they're not feeling too confident. But anyway, thank you for watching, take care, and have an absolutely fantastic day.